Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the DC State Dynasty, where we just lost our first game of the season, and we are now only 5-1 in conference, one game behind Ohio State. So this episode, we're gonna try to fix this. We're gonna go to the end of the regular season, and I guess we gotta win out, because if we don't, we might have to rely on some tiebreakers or something, and I don't really want to do that. So. First game is going to be against the USC Trojans, one of the best teams here in the Big Ten, technically on paper, I guess. The roster looks really good. They are only 4-5 on the season, so they gotta work hard as well. But they got a pretty solid quarterback here, Alonzo Wilbur, only 5'11", pretty small, but has some pretty solid. Short and medium accuracy, I guess. Decent arm, and the kid can run, so Wilbur, gotta watch out for that kid. And then we got Clyde Caver as a running back, 6'1", 183 out of Bellflower, California. Former 3-star receiving back. Caver, he's supposed to be a receiving back, but his route runnings are actually pretty awful. He can catch the football. He does have some solid elusiveness. Not much power, and a 90 speed. I mean, that's kind of average. Afa Mahalona out of Hawaii is the top receiver on this team, number 12, 6'4", 190. Former 4-star physical archetype receiver. Mahalona has pretty good route running. 99 release, 97 short route running. That's really good. The hands are pretty good as well, and he has some decent athleticism as well. So Mahalona, definitely a good number 1 here in the Big Ten. Casey Pike is the number 2, 6'1", 177 out of Upland, California. Former 4-star. He's a route runner, even though his route runnings are, I mean, it's still pretty good, especially short and intermediate parts of the field. His slot receiver ability is pretty good. He has some solid hands, and he does have good athleticism as well. And then the number 3 is going to be Diego Espanda, 6', 173 out of Henderson, Nevada. Also a former 4-star. He's a sophomore, so still pretty young. Espanda has some pretty good elusiveness. He's a solid route runner. He's got really good hands and decent athleticism as well. But if you didn't notice, none of these skill players has any excellent speed or anything. So this is just some average athletes at the position. And then they've got a tight end here with pretty good hands, solid route runnings, and he's actually pretty fast. For a tight end in this game, 86 speed is basically like elite, honestly. So pretty fast tight end. And then the offensive line does look overall pretty decent. They've got 2 guards here. But guessing the other one is probably going to play left guard. So the guard situation is actually looking pretty solid. They've got an 83 overall center and 2 really good tackles here. So this is a really solid offensive line, and I would expect them to be pretty steady on offense with a decent running back, a decent quarterback, a decent receiver unit. Now, their best player on the team is an edge rusher, Matt Kahn, and he has 91 power moves, 79 finesse moves, really good strength, really good acceleration. Just the run stopping is lagging a little bit behind, but still an elite edge rusher. And then they've got Kevin Estes, 6'5", 235. Estes has 91 finesse moves, 76 power moves, so a decent pass rusher. He's got 88 strength, which is really good at his size. 64 block shedding would worry me a little bit, but he's an edge rusher, not a D tackle, so I guess that's fine. And he's got really good speed and really good strength, so elite edge rusher. And then they've got in the middle a hurt defensive tackle, so they're gonna miss their best defensive tackle there. And yeah, there is not really a great run stopping D tackle or defensive lineman at all on this team. So I guess we're gonna try to run it down their throats and see if that works out. They've got a pretty good pass coverage linebacker here with lots of power, can rush the passer on blitzes and stuff. Really fast as well, like this kid has some speed. And then they've got Danny Dragocevic, 5'11", 228 out of Mission Viejo, California. Dragocevic has really good play rec and awareness. He's the field general archetype. Not much of a blitzer, but he's got some hit power. He's got some run-stopping ability, and 85 zone coverage is not half bad. And he's also really fast, so 89 speed, that's pretty good as a linebacker. And then they've got Trey Wentz, 6 foot 180 out of Los Angeles, California. Wentz is a former 4-star recruit. He's a man coverage archetype corner with 87 man, 82 press, 95 catching. Only the silver house call ability though, and silver blanket coverage is pretty good as well, but his zone coverage is actually lagging behind a lot. At least he's got the makeup speed for it. And then they've got the Trent Westfall, 6'2", 199 out of Sacramento, California, also a former 4-star. Westfall has pretty good zone coverage, solid man coverage as well, good catching. Not quite the fastest, but with 92 speed, that should be enough to cover all of our receivers. And then at safety, their best guy is a former 3-star, Sean Corliss, 6'2", 205 out of North Las Vegas, Nevada. Corliss has 88 zone coverage, so an elite single high safety type player with 86 hit power as well. Not much man coverage, not the fastest either, but I guess in college 87 speed is enough. And we've played USC only once before, and we have lost that game. It was actually in one of the first couple seasons, I think, so we had no shot back in the day. But this time we do have a shot. I do not think there is a favorite in this game, because honestly I do think we have the better quarterback. We do not really have the better, well, I mean, I guess technically from overall we have the better running back, but I think the running back is equally good. The receiving units I think are pretty equal as well, pretty solid all around. The offensive line, I think it's actually a strength for us. On the edge rush, on the other hand, I think it's a strength of theirs. Defensive tackle unit, probably a tie, since their best guy is hurt. Linebacker unit, I think they've got better linebackers than we do. And for the secondary, I think it's pretty equal again. So I think this is a really, this is going to be a really close game, and this is also played at the University of Southern California. So we're going to be the away team here, but we're going to try our best as we're going to move the chains here with Wade Huntley over the middle, and then we go with a bunch left, hand it off to TJ Proctor, and we've got 9 yards on the ground. That's going to get us across midfield. That's the edge of field goal range already. 2nd and 7, hand it off, and there is a lot of room for Dalton Ellington. Jukes out the safety. What a move into the red zone. Great play by Ellington, and now Proctor checks back in at running back. We've got trips to the left, hand it off to Proctor, up the middle, that's 10 yards, and the first down inside the 5. And now we've got 2nd and goal. Dalton Ellington's the back, and he's going to run it up the middle. Touchdown, White Tigers. We're going to take the lead here, 7-0. That was a very good opening drive for this DC State team, as USC fans are kind of shocked at how easily we got in the end zone there. Just running it down their throats. It has been working on this first drive, so let's just keep at it. But first, we're going to see USC on offense here, and they go with trips to the left, hand it off to Caver, and he's got some room, breaks a tackle. That's about 16 yards on the play, and they're going to move the chains. 3rd and 5, and they're going to throw it over the middle, wide open. I think that one was Esponda. No, it's actually not Esponda. It's Pike, the number 4 receiver. 1st and 10, and they're gonna go with the reverse, but that didn't work out at all. That's gonna be a huge loss, as Trayvon Melvin and Cordell Newcomb are on the stop there. 3rd and 5, and down the middle. Oh my God! Nate Square gives up the coverage, and it's a touchdown. USC ties up the game at 7 with a huge score, as Nate Square, the deep safety on the play, should have had better coverage than that, and then he took a bad angle after the catch as well. So that's a touchdown for USC. Game's tied at 7, and we're into the second quarter already on the first 2 drives. We ran out the entire clock on the first quarter. Now we're going to run it here with TJ Proctor, but he doesn't really have much space to the outside there. 2 guys down there, as we didn't get the block from Wade Huntley that we wanted, but that is going to put TJ Proctor over 1,000 yards this year. Guy's a junior, but I'm pretty sure he's going to declare after this year, so This is probably his last season we're going to see. And what a cut upfield. That is TJ Proctor with a very nice play. And USC is going to lose one of their really good edge rushers here in Estes to an injury, as we have even more good blocking down the field here. George Stingley, the tight end, with a solid one, as Dalton Ellington gets a nice run. Now TJ Proctor checks back, and we're actually going to throw it here. 3rd and 5, get it away, and the catch is made by Wade Huntley. And we're down to 1:20 now. Just wasted a lot of time on that entire drive, and this is gonna be down to the 1, Wade Huntley. And we're going to run even more clock here. Down to 40 seconds. Hand it off. Proctor in the end zone. Touchdown, DC State. And we're going to go up by 7 again. And this first half is almost over, and there has only been 3 drives. 2 by us, 1 by USC. And it's 14-7. Let's see if USC can do something with 40 seconds on the clock here. They go empty backfield. And they are going to roll out here and take it off. And that is a huge run. Matthew Robbins and Manny Fine missing the tackle, running it down to midfield almost. And 2nd and 4 now. They're going to throw it again, and down goes the quarterback, Cordell Newcomb, in the backfield. That's nice to see. 3rd and 9, 20 seconds on the clock. Gotta have this one. And they are going to throw it one-on-one down the sideline. That is going to be incomplete. Ben Baskerville on the coverage. So we're going to go to halftime here with a 14-7 lead for the White Tigers at the University of Southern California here. And yeah, so far, TJ Proctor, we handed it off to him 17 times already in this first half. So I feel like his day is close to being done, but USC is going to get the ball first here in the second half, and behind the defense, Joe Mandarino gives up the coverage, and that's going to be a huge first down, almost at midfield already, and Caver is going to run it up the middle across midfield, and he's going to get 9 yards on the play, almost moving the chains in the process. 2nd and 1, and they're going to have a really weird formation there, but yeah, over the middle, a catch is made. Wilbur with an absolute hospital ball, but his guy makes the catch and then absorbs the hit. Down to the sideline, good coverage, that's Busby, and we're gonna have a field goal try for USC. 4th and 3, and it is up and right down the middle. Good drive by USC still at the end there. And now it's 14-10, so let's see if DC State can finish this game off here, go get the 2-score lead. Wade Huntley, what a move, and they spin him down at the 47 already, close to midfield here. 3rd and 4 now. Westbrook is going to get it away, and again Wade Huntley to the sideline, out of bounds at the 34. That is going to be another like 12 yards and a first down. And now we're going to run it with TJ Proctor, cuts it back to the middle. What a move. It's about 12 yards on the play. Proctor still in the game here on 3rd and 4, but we're going to throw this one and get it away. Stingley can't hang on. It is going to be incomplete. And a 4th down and 4 with a very shaky bar here for the kicking, but we do get it. It's 17-10, and DC State retakes a touchdown lead here. So 2nd and 5 to almost end the 3rd quarter, last play of the quarter, and up the middle. Oh my God, Caver here with a huge run up the gut, and USC is going to move the chains on that one. So we're going to end the 3rd quarter pretty quickly again. We're, by the way, ranked number 5 in the country, so we're still in the race here for the playoff, definitely even after that last episode. Caver up the middle, another 9-yard gain. We're just not able to stop Clyde Caver here from running the football. Double twin set for Wilbur up the middle, and it's Caver again for a 15-yard catch on the angle route. Great play by USC. Now they're going to put the tight end in motion. Play action shot for Wilbur, and he's going to reset a couple times, and they are going to chase him down. It's Mitchell Zeman at the sideline. And they're going to get into it here with almost a boxing match or something, as they get the sack on Alonzo Wilbur. Good stuff by Mitchell Zeman to track him down, because Wilbur has some speed. He could have ran for a few yards there. 2nd and 16, handed off to Caver, and we're just gonna give it all up and no play here. That's an 11-yard game, and Clyde Caver seems to be shaken up on the play. That was a little bit too easy. First down again, and Wilbur is gonna have a 4-man pressure, get it away to his tight end, and that's gonna be almost a first down. Imani Macklin, now the tight end seems to be shaken up, so they're losing players left and right now. We're halfway through the 4th quarter. Can't let him tie up here. Just stop them from getting the touchdown. Just force them to take a field goal and then run out the clock here, man. TFL for Alani Siao. 2nd and goal. Wilbur throws it. Flats. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's actually a loss for Caver. And Nate Square has dislocated his finger, so we're going to see a backup safety here in Simon Shore now. It's a freshman. 3rd and goal. Wilbur is gonna scramble, and he has too much room, diving into the end zone. It's a touchdown. USC is gonna tie up the game at last, and this is exactly what we did not have to happen here. 17-17, halfway through the 4th quarter, and it's on our offense now to go down the field again and score, hopefully a field goal with time expiring. 4 minutes on the clock. It's time to go. TJ Proctor to the sideline. He's got some space in. The block is giving up by Wade Huntley at the last second. We would have had so much more room. 1st and 10, 2.5 minutes on the clock. Dalton Ellington, what a run to the sideline. First down, DC State. That's already field goal range. Now let's run some clock. Up the gut for Ellington. He's got some room, 10 yards. And we're gonna have the clock running down here, I guess. 3rd and 4. Westbrook needs to get it away, and this is going to be Wade Huntley down to the 1 again. Timeout taken by USC, and this is their last one. So if we can, just not score on this one, but score the next one, it would be even better. But Ellington up the middle, touchdown DC State, and they are getting it done here. 24-17, but I think we might have left a little bit too much time on the clock. There's still a minute left, and in college football with clock stoppages after first downs, that should be enough. And they get an easy first down here, and that is a lot more. 19 yards on the play. Alonzo Wilbur from the 36 now, and he is going to go down. What a play. I think it was Steven Nizialek in the backfield, as they're going to go hurry up, obviously. 2nd and 16, 50 seconds on the clock. Wilbur has lots of time, throws it. Tight end Macklin is going to get almost all the yardage back. 15 yards on the play. 3rd and 4, a few downs later. That's already across midfield. 13 seconds on the clock, and they are going to spike it there. 4th and 4. Game on the line for USC. And Alonzo Wilbur stands tall in the pocket, delivers a one-on-one shot down the field, and it is going to be a touchdown! USC! They are going to score and tie up the game here. Pending the extra point, tie up the game here. 24-23 for the Trojans, as that should have not been given up. Ben Baskerville, he had good coverage, and he does have the speed to keep up with these receivers. I do not understand why he didn't dive at the football there to try to knock it away, but they are actually going to go for 2 empty backfield for Wilbur. And in the end zone, it's a touchdown. Imani Macklin is going to give them the lead, 25-24. And now we have only 5 seconds on the clock. Westbrook on a 1st and 10. 3-man pressure, given up immediately. He doesn't even get the pass off cleanly. And the game is over. DC State with another loss here, as the Trojans coming back from down in the 4th quarter here. They get the W, and they are going to win here. 5-5 on the season now. We're 8-2 now. Wilbur, absolutely unstoppable. 22 of 27, almost no incompletions. We were not able to knock the football away or get anywhere close. As we also had a solid gameplay here at the quarterback position, but it was just a lot of long drives, and everybody just scored. There were not many punts forced, and in the end, USC got the last meaningful possession, and they take advantage with the 2-point try. Wide open tight end in the end zone for some reason, completely uncovered there. And yeah, we didn't pass the football to more than one player. We had one player catch the football today, and it was Wade Huntley. 8 catches for 85 yards. Yeah, and Westbrook, he threw 8 of 10 for 85 yards. I think we should have won this game. I think we were the better team overall. It was just, yeah, I should have just knelt it at the end there. I should have knelt it at least once to at least get the clock down to like 35 seconds and then scored. And if we couldn't score on that play, then just kneel it out till 3 seconds on the clock and kick the field goal. That loss is honestly on me. Should have just knelt out the clock and kicked the field goal. But with the kicking meter in this game being what it is, I'm always scared kicking field goals in this game, man. Chase Lockett is going to be our next quarterback we're facing here. Minnesota is the next team up. And we're in a desperate situation now because we're now down at 2 losses, and I think Ohio State's still unbeaten. There's 4 teams at 2 losses at the moment, and one of them is Wisconsin, who we lost another game to. Wisconsin, and then also Michigan. So it's a really tight race here for the other spot in the conference championship game, as I think Ohio State already clinched. So this is a must-win game for us, and I do not think that this running back is going to be all that dangerous. Not a great athlete, not too special. The best receiver on this team is a 75 overall here. I mean, this is not looking great for Minnesota. We are definitely the highly favorited team here. Kid has like 74 catching. I mean, that's not great. 89 speed is not too fast. We should be able to lock this receiving unit down here. Shaq Lampkin is the number 2 receiver. 5'8", 191 with... Nah, I mean, this is a solid route running, I guess, but nothing spectacular. Decent hands. 93 speed is decent, I guess. Yeah, that's good. The offensive line for the Golden Gophers, man, it's a really weird one. They've got a couple of really good starters and a couple of really awful starters, so it's gonna be an up and down battle for them. I think I think they might be having one of the stronger interiors here in the Big Ten, but the tackle unit doesn't look too great. Thing is, I don't know if they put tackles there at guard then, but yeah, it's a decent line, I'd say. It's not horrible. Ross Vasher is the top edge rusher on this team, 6'4", 244 out of St. Francis, Minnesota. Vasher has 85 finesse moves, 85 power moves, a really polished edge rusher with 90 strength. The run stopping is the only thing I would be concerned about, but 78 block shedding is actually not awful. And then he's got some good speed as well. So a great athlete with very polished power and finesse moves. That's looking pretty good for them. But that's the only good edge rusher they have. The defensive line unit in the total package doesn't look that great. And then at linebacker, they've got this kid's pretty solid run stopper here, decent coverage ability actually, and some really good athleticism. And this is defensive back athleticism. We can see there. And then Nicholas Tremble is the other linebacker that's worth mentioning because he's actually like usable as an edge rusher as well. Some good run stopping, some good strength, but no coverage worth mentioning, and not the fastest either. If this kid is playing linebacker, you're gonna have a problem. If this kid is playing edge rusher, I think you're gonna be fine. Then they've got the top corner on this team is Ricky Hand, 6', 202 out of Pennsylvania. Man coverage is decent. Got 84 catching is okay. The tackling is decent. 73 zone coverage is actually pretty awful. That's not a great look, considering that most teams just run a lot of zone generally. But yeah, this is not a great zone cover corner, and the rest of the corners is even worse than him. So I don't think this is a great secondary. I also do not think that this is a great defensive line. We should be able to play good offense against them, and I'm hoping that this is a dominant win, as we have played them twice so far and we have won both those games. So DC State, actually, this should be an easy win for us, but it's a Big Ten matchup. Anything can happen, but at least this game is a home game for us. And I'd say we have the better quarterback, we have the better running back, We have better receivers, by far better receivers. Even our bench receivers are better than theirs. We have, I would say, actually a pretty close offensive line. I think we do have the better one, but Minnesota's O-line is actually not bad. And then for the D-line, I think we have the better one. We have better linebackers, and we also have better DBs. So we're going to be the favorites in this game. Also, it's a home game, so let's see. Wade Huntley down the field here, getting down to almost field goal range, 1st and 10 from the 35. And we're going to have 2 running backs in the backfield. Westbrook gets it away to Stockton on an easy catch and run, 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 8. Westbrook is going to hand it off to Proctor, and up the gut. Touchdown, DC State. It's a score for TJ Proctor in the end zone here for the White Tigers. 7-0 on the opening drive, and we also took a lot of time off there. That's almost 7 minutes on the drive, and that was pretty dominant as a start. Now let's see if Minnesota can keep up here. They go a double twin set, and they're going to have the quarterback running. Oh, no. That is an easy 1st down. 15 yards on the play for Chase Lockett. 2nd and 10, and Lockett hands it off to his running back. And up the middle. Oh, my God. Another 15-yard run. Way too easy, man. They're going to just move the ball down the field. Now they're going to throw it. Pressure coming in, but not getting there quickly enough. It's out to Thomas Voss for a catch. Now 3rd and 6, and they're going to go with the draw, and it is going to work. It's going to be a 1st down. Man, you got to take him down there. Jeez, what are you doing? 1st and goal from the 4. Lockett hands it off. No, he's going to keep it and go down Nate Square. It's actually going to be counted as a sack here, even though this was very obviously a read option. But that's going to take him back to the 6. And now let's see if Lockett can put it in the end zone. End zone. Caught! What are you doing, man? Ben Baskerville unable to knock it down, even though he had the much better positioning. And we're going to see a touchdown here by Slaughter. Minnesota ties up the game at 7. Halfway, not halfway, but starting here the 2nd quarter. They are going to get the touchdown, even though this was actually blanket coverage. Like, Ben Baskerville, what on earth are you doing? You got to pick it off there. Turn around, pick it off, dude. 1st and 10 for TJ Proctor. We've got some running room, and that is going to get us 8 yards as we're going to try to march down the field here. We have 7.5 minutes on the clock, so that's a lot of time. TJ Proctor with a nice run up the middle. Again, that's 9 yards on the inside zone. 1st and 10. Proctor has another run up the middle, and he's gonna try to turn it upfield on the sideline there, but the safety actually was fast enough to track him down there. Good run though. 1st and 10 from the 11, and we actually took the clock down to 40 seconds, and we're gonna get a new 1st down here. It's not in the end zone, but it is a new 1st down. 3 sets of 1st down, 3 tries to run it in the end zone. We get it done on the 1st try. It's Westbrook, the quarterback, in the end zone. Touchdown DC State with almost clock expiring. 13 seconds. That's not going to be enough for Minnesota to do much here. 14-7. 3 drives in this entire 1st half, and Minnesota didn't get a second one. So this is exactly what we needed. Take a lead into halftime, and of course, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, as we're going to get into the 2nd half now, and Minnesota is going to get the ball first this time around. And they're going to get it away. Lockett with a great pass over the middle. Saw that his tight end Lawrence Allen was wide open. 3rd and 3, hand it off, and this one's going to be good as well. Joe Mandarino got swallowed up. It was his run defense there. He's supposed to be a good linebacker as well, right? But he's not being, and there is a fumble, and DC State's going to recover as Cordale Newcomb is going to knock it loose. The senior edge rusher going to get it done here. I'm actually not even sure. This might actually be the last home game of the year, and we've got a few seniors on this team now, and we're going to run it in for a 2-score lead. TJ Proctor in the end zone again. He's got another one. And 21-7 is your new score. Now let's see if Minnesota can do anything about it on this next drive, because if they don't score here, I think we're good enough on offense to run out so much time that it doesn't even matter if they get the ball back anymore. And 3rd and 7 turns into a punt as Lockett misses his man low on the grass there. 4th down, and back deep is Larry Coker. And he is going to have some room to the outside, and he's going to turn it. Oh my god, one man beat, and he couldn't do it, man. If he had hit that juke move properly, he could have been gone. There was so much green grass in front of him. As we're going to get a catch over the middle. Tough grab for Wade Huntley, but he does get it. 2nd and 9. TJ Proctor is going to have a run up the gut. What a pancake by Jason Moreland. And that is going to be a new 1st down for Proctor. 3rd and goal from the 1. Cut it up the middle. Dalton Ellington in the end zone. That's a touchdown, DC State. It's 28-7. And we again ran off some time here. We're in the 4th quarter already. 3-score game. And boys, I don't think this is going to be enough. They do get the ball back here. We're going to try to look at one more drive for Lockett, but look at the pass rush. Cordale Newcomb having a day here. 2nd sack of the game for the senior edge rusher, and that's going to be a huge loss for Minnesota. 2nd and 18. I don't think they can come back from that one, as yeah, that's a great performance here for Cordale Newcomb. 2 sacks on the game, and we're just going to skip ahead to the 2-minute warning here. Game's over by now. And they do throw an interception here as Manny Fine tips it to himself, runs it back into the end zone. It's a touchdown. 35-14 is a new score. They did get 1 touchdown in the meantime, but Manny Fine gets a tip drill interception. I mean, shouldn't even have tipped it, man. It was right in his hands there. But one more play. It was a few seconds later when they got the ball back. 1st and 10, and he's just throwing another pick. Dalton Boger, he does not have enough space here to get also pick 6, but this kid, Chase Lockett, the quarterback for Minnesota, just threw 2 picks on the last 2 passing downs for Minnesota, and I think that ought to do it. Minnesota absolutely dominated here. Dalton Boger, I mean, I don't even know where Lockett was thinking of throwing this one, but like, see this? Nobody's near him. He just threw it right to Boger. Right there in the middle. What a play. And because that's not enough, he's actually going to throw another one with time expiring here. Trayvon Melvin. We did get the touchdown in the end on that Dalton Boger interception. It was a run up the middle, and they just gave it to us. But we do get another interception for Trayvon Melvin, this time our number 1 corner, who is also a senior and who is going to be leaving to the NFL after the season. So it's nice to see that he gets some ball production as well at the end there. 42-14 is your final score. Minnesota no shot, and an absolute meltdown by Lockett at the end of the game there. 3 interceptions in 2 minutes. As yeah, TJ Proctor, play of the game, got 2 touchdowns, $130 on the ground on actually 26 carries. That's a lot. Westbrook didn't even have to do much. 12 of 16 for 102 yards. And yeah, Lockett, I mean, he did have a solid day right up until the 2-minute warning, and then he threw 3 picks. Ridiculous stuff there, but yeah, not a great showing by Minnesota, and that's what I was saying in the beginning. We were by far the better team. We just have the better Jimmies and Joes, and it showed. Wade Huntley, 9 catches for 77 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Stockton gets a couple catches here, but overall we didn't pass it much. And then for defense, yeah, I mean, they didn't even get a single sack on us. Our offensive line held it up pretty well, and for us, Newcomb had a pretty solid day. He should have had 2 sacks. He had to split one of them with Crook, but it was actually Newcomb's sack, honestly. And then 3 picks. Melvin, our number 1 corner, Fine is our 4th corner, and then our middle linebacker here, Dalton Boger, who is a 90 overall, and he might also be leaving after the season. I would expect him to declare for the NFL. And then Cordale Newcomb, he gets the forced fumble on the strip sack there. That's a nice play for him as well. And then we get, I think this should be our last commit. Emmett Flaherty is a fullback that we're going to get here, as Hepburn is a junior, and we will be redshirting Flaherty this season and the next year. It's the senior season for our actual fullback right now, who is going to be a senior next year. It's Hepburn. Yeah. I'd say Flaherty is a decent fullback. Nothing spectacular, but yeah, it's decent, I'd say. Lead block at 77. I mean, that's always good to see. And with that, Ohio State actually lost their last 2 games. Can you believe it? And then Maryland is somehow in the race now. Wisconsin lost another game in the meantime, but it's a 3-way tie. DC State, Maryland, and Ohio State here. 6-2, all 3 of them. And if we lose, all 3 of us, Washington is 6-3. They might be there as well. So it's going to be a tight race. And in this next game, Ohio State is going to have to play Michigan. So the rivalry game here between the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. They're going to have to face each other. And then Maryland is going to play Oregon, which is also one of the stronger teams in the country. This is going to be a tough matchup for Ohio State and Maryland. But yeah, and if Washington is still in this, they don't have a game anymore. So their season is done. They're 9-3. And they can just watch now. We're going to play the Michigan State Spartans. And we got to win this one. And then hopefully we get lucky. We haven't played Ohio State this year. We did play Maryland. We beat them. So we do have the tiebreaker over Maryland. I don't know what happens if we lose this game. This is going to be a nightmare. But if we win, I think we should be in. Now, Michigan State's quarterback is Jarek Hobbs. And Hobbs has 99 throw power. What an arm. And then also some pretty good elusiveness. The short accuracy is good. Down the field, not as much anymore. But he's got some speed as well. 87 speed, 89 excel. And then the running back is Ian Hunter, who is supposed to be a receiving back, but his route running is actually not that great. He can catch the football pretty well. I think he'd be a pretty good slot receiver, to be honest. And then he's got 93 speed, 95 acceleration. So I think he's going to win with athleticism alone here. And then at receiver, they've got Steve Durham, 6'4", 199 out of Detroit, Michigan. Durham is a former 4-star, and he's got some solid route runnings. He's a decent pass catcher, but it's just nothing spectacular here across the board. 93 speed, 92 acceleration is okay. Daquan Hazelwood, number 82. Hazelwood has only 5'11", 173, and he was a former 2-star recruit. He's not going to get any better anymore. There's caps on all his skills, but he's got some decent route runnings here, and yeah, a decent athlete at least. He's got some pretty good speed here. So they do have some athletic receivers, but they're just lacking skills. And then at tight end, 6'2", 239, George Chickazim. He's got decent route runnings actually. He's got some solid hands. Not too bad, not too shabby. And he is really fast. Actually, this is kind of unbelievable. 85 speed, 87 acceleration. Kid is pretty athletic. You gotta give it to him. And then the offensive line, it's not great. I'd say in the Big Ten, this is one of the weaker ones. It's not bad. They do have starters in the 80s there, but it's not great. So I think we should be having a pretty good day here with our edge rushers. Now, their edge rushers, man, Kevin Monroe, 91 finesse moves, 79 power moves. This is pretty dangerous. He's also got lots of power. He's a good run stopper, and he's got some good acceleration. This is a really good edge rusher, but they are going to be missing their other one, Kevin Bojorquez. Fractured elbow for him. That hurts a lot. He's one of their best players on the team. And then Forrest Pilstrom, 6'3", 290. He's the best defensive tackle on this team. A power rusher, former 3-star, with 88 power moves, 79 finesse moves. He's got good strength, and the run stopping, I mean, the block shedding is just so low, but the rest of the run stopping ratings looks pretty good. So a good defensive tackle. And then they've got another one that's pretty good, but he has a broken fibula, out for 5 more weeks. Yeah, his season is done unless Michigan State makes it somewhere, but they don't. They're already, their season is basically done already. And then Connor Neighbors, 6'3", 226 out of Portage, Michigan. Former 3-star, as 85 power moves. That's going to give him a good pass rush upside. He's got some power. He can stop the run. got good play rec and zone coverage ability, and he's actually not too slow for a more of a pass rush oriented linebacker. And then they've got a run stopper as well for this linebacking unit, 6'2", 245 out of Tyrone, Georgia. Enrique Bonilla. He's a good run stopper with good awareness and play recs and power, can rush the passer, awful coverage ability, and decent athleticism. So just a pure run stopper, first and second down. Don't put him out there on third down. Jermichael Shockey is the top corner on this team, and this kid actually looks pretty good. 6'1", 192, 83 man, 76 press. That's decent, I guess. 81 hands, 81 catching, I mean. And then he's got 88 zone coverage. That's really good. But he only has 89 speed and 80 acceleration, so speed's just not there. And then they've got Jose Huey, 5'11", and 179. With a platinum house call ability. Huey looks really good. 85 man, 88 press, 98 catching. His zone coverage ability is not great, but 77 is not, I mean, it's not awful. It's not solid either. 91 speed, 88 XL. This is also not the fastest guy. And then at safety, they've got Jalen Ellens, 6'2", 214 out of Frisco, Texas. Ellens has 96 zone coverage and a platinum house call ability. I think that's all you need to know about him. Decent athlete, not much in man, but he is elite zone and a platinum house call ability. Now Michigan State is actually one opponent that is pretty interesting for us, because Michigan State was our first ever win. In season 1, we were 0-11, last game of the season, just like this time around. Last game of the season, we're playing them. That time was at home, I think, and we beat them, so we went 1-11. The season after that, we did not go winless, but we did lose to them. And then the third game we had was our first ever conference championship win in season 4. I think it was season 4. That was actually also against Michigan State. Some weird tiebreakers there or something. But we won that game, so it's actually been a cool rivalry game we had against them so far. And we're playing here for the conference championship game as Wade Huntley. Right, yeah, that's good stuff. We are playing with our alternates here, the all red ones. The Spartans really need to pay attention here with Wade Huntley, because if they don't, they might be beaten a little bit too easily. And this one's gonna go out to George Stingley, actually, who's gonna have a wide open first down there. And Austin Westbrook just dishing the ball left and right. And now he's finally gonna hand it off, and Moreland has a good block, good juke move by Proctor down the middle, cuts it back to the backside there, and then that's a good run. And now cut it at the middle here on the outside zone. He's gonna get another first down. TJ Proctor moving the football. Now double or split backfield, I want to say. Proctor, end zone, touchdown! DC State up by 7. As the Spartans are going to have to come back from something here. TJ Proctor with a really nice drive. A few very good runs. We had a couple good passes as well. And now Michigan State is going to get the ball on offense. 6 minutes are already off the clock. And they're going to throw it to the sideline here. Ian Hunter with the catch, as Hobbs is going to move the football. 2nd and 8, and we're going to have 0 blitz, and Matthew Robbins just not good enough of an athlete to catch him. And Nate Square has to track him down the sideline on like a 30-yard play for Michigan State, and just like that, they're in business. This is field goal range, and Hobbs is going to throw it. End zone, intercepted! Nate Square, and he's going to take it out. There is some space here on the outside. He gets some good blocking, jukes out 2 people at once, and doesn't even get to the 30. Man, I would have loved if we could have returned this one. But Nate Square with a really nice play. I was just standing there in the end zone. We're going to have a second look at that one. So he's the free safety on this play. This is a cover 3. And he's just covering the single high middle of the field. And they think they have the post, but it was not even close, man. I don't think he saw Square at all on this play. And then he's just going to return it. Look at the block setup. Then we're going to juke out 2 people. And there was 1 block missing. I I think we could have taken this one all the way if we had that one last block there. TJ Proctor, what a lane down the numbers. That's a nice first down run up to midfield already. 3rd and 4, and Westbrook is going to have a 4-man pressure. Not much to do there. Just dump it over the middle. Wade Huntley, first down, move the chains. Easy peasy. 3rd and 3, and we're going to have another throw to a wide open receiver, and that is Isaiah Stockton, end zone, touchdown. Stockton's in there, the slot receiver. He's got another one, and it is a 14-0 lead for the DC State White Tigers. This is what we came to see here, and we again took off like 7-8 minutes off the clock. We're already halfway through the second quarter, and Michigan State's down 2 scores already. And oh my God, what was that tackle? Jeez. Joe Mandarino takes him down the sideline there. 20-yard play for Michigan State. 2nd and 9, and that is gonna be a play-action shot and going nowhere. That is Dylan McCaffrey in the backfield, and he is in there for the 3rd time this year or something. He's actually more of a backup, but he got rotated in there, and he gets the play done. As TJ Proctor is gonna run it up the middle here, and it seems to be shaken up, but we're keeping him out there. Proctor and Ellington. Oh my God, what a move by Proctor on the safety. First down, DC State, and that puts him over 100 rushing yards already. And now we're gonna run it with Ellington up the middle, 8 yards for the number 2 back here. 3rd and 2, we put the fullback in the game. Hepburn, what an opening lane, and good block by Huntley. First down, Dalton Ellington. Michigan State absolutely getting gashed here on the ground, and now we're inside 2 minutes already, as we're gonna run out the rest of this clock, I think, as Westbrook is gonna have a wide open man over the middle, and that's a touchdown. Wade Huntley in the end zone, and Michigan State down by 3 touchdowns here shortly before halftime, but we did leave maybe a little bit too much time on the clock here. 1 minute and 12 seconds. Let's hope they do not get a touchdown on this next drive. But they do get a shot here. 72 seconds on the clock. And they are going to throw it to the outside. And that's going to be a first time out taken for Michigan State. 2nd and 1. And Michigan State is going to be throwing it over the middle. And that one's caught. What a head stick. But doesn't matter. 3rd and 3, 42 seconds on the clock, and we're right across from midfield over the middle. What a move by Joe Mandarino, diving at the pass there, breaking it up, and that is going to end the half. 0 points for Michigan State. It's 21-0. All White Tigers on this first half, and Proctor already has 19 carries, 124 yards. I don't think we can hand him the ball more than 5 more times. This is going to be a Dalton Ellington second half, but first of all, it's going to be a Michigan State start, and intercepted. Trayvon Melvin, our number 1 corner, he turns around, runs it down the sideline, diving into the end zone. I mean, he didn't dive, but it's a touchdown. It's a pick 6 for our number 1 corner, finishing his last season off here. He was a 4-year starter at DC State, and he has developed into an elite corner that will go to the NFL after this season. And we're going to have just a quick second look at that one as Trayvon Melvin, let's zoom in there. He's going to press him, jam him off the line, and he has the recovery speed here. So he does initially get a good burst off the line, and Trayvon Melvin is a little bit behind, but he has enough speed to hang on and take it away from him and actually return it as well. And guys, I'll say it like it is. That game was over at that point. They had no shot. It was 28-0, just starting the 3rd quarter, and they did not have a single chance here to win this game. This was an absolute domination of a game. Wade Huntley, 100 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. Hoppies, he did throw it a lot, but 2 interceptions to Nate Square and Trayvon Melvin. That's just too much. Westbrook didn't get to have more than 50% completion percentage, but 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, you're never going to complain on that. Proctor, 135 yards, touchdown. Ellington, 71 yards, no touchdowns, but 6.4 a carry. That's good. And yeah, Michigan State just never really stood a chance. They threw it a billion times to the tight end. He had like 13, 14 targets or something because nobody else was ever open. So the linebacking unit still needs some work here for the DC State White Tigers. This is something that I've noticed this season. The linebacking unit, we have a couple of really high overall starters, but it's just not showing up. So we need to do some work there. For sacks, this is looking pretty sharp. Nizialik with 2. Dalton Graves gets in there. Avery Baggett. We actually had the backups for the entire fourth quarter. That was fun to see. And yeah, 2 interceptions. We also get a forced fumble by Trayvon Melvin. I think I forgot to cut that in, but he had a great game, man. A pick 6 and a forced fumble in his last regular season game. And let's see if we made it to the conference championship game. It's time to find out if we have the end of the season that we try to deserve. Yes, we do! DC State is gonna play the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's number 6 White Tigers against number 10 Buckeyes. This is gonna be an absolute banger of a Big Ten championship game, and we're gonna give it our all here, trying to win this is going to be by far the toughest Big Ten championship game we're going to have, as Ohio State, they do manage to win against their hated rivals in Michigan, and Maryland, they completely went under. They lost 3-24 to Oregon, had no shot at all at winning this game. So Maryland is the odd one out then at the end. We win, Ohio State wins, Maryland loses, and Washington is gonna be the loser as well. So in the end, we did have 4 teams at 6-3. So this was a pretty close battle. If we had lost one more game, we would have had a huge problem there. But we did win it in the end with the last game, and it doesn't matter that we lost a couple games. I mean, it does matter because now we're the 6th seed instead of the 1 seed. We were the 1 seed for quite a while there in this season, but losing to Wisconsin, losing to USC. That's yeah. I mean, this is how the Big Ten works. There's a lot of good teams, and you win some, you lose some. But this was an awesome season for DC State. 10-2, already double-digit wins. Let's try to win this game against Ohio State. And even if we don't, I think we're gonna be in the playoffs regardless. I think both teams, no matter what happens, I think are gonna be in the playoff. And but the team that wins, I think, is gonna get a first-round bye. So we're gonna want to be that team, and we're gonna want to three-peat here after championship games against Northwestern the first year, and then Michigan State the second time around. Yeah, I think that was I had that wrong last time when we started the Michigan State team game. I mentioned something about season 4. No, we played Michigan State in the championship game last year, because the first year when we won the Big Ten championship was actually against Northwestern, and we had a 21-0 shutout against them, and then Michigan State. But this one is going to be the toughest one by far. Ohio State, this is going to be the biggest game of this series, and that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more DC State Dynasty. See you in the next episode. Until then, have a great day.